Yep. Okay. We're all college kids. We do college things. Most of us are legally able to do it. We smoke, we drink. I know not all of us are 20, 21, 22 anymore, but I want to ask you a question. How many of you smoke cigarettes? I see 4. How many of you out here have smoked hookah? Really? Okay. That's at least triple right there. I counted. All right, so next slide. The definition of a hookah is it's a pipe or water pipe that you smoke tobacco through, and what it is over here you have water in the bottom, and it filters it out for basically takes all of the bad stuff out of tobacco, most of it, not all of it. So, Zach, next one. What I'm going to teach you today is how to choose a hookah and all of its accessories, how to set it up for an enjoyable smoke, because if you do it wrong, it's going to be harsh, it's going to be nasty, and how to smoke it. This is not marijuana, by the way. This is tobacco. That's important. The first thing you want to do when you're going to go get your own hookah, you want to familiarize yourself with the pieces. That way, when you go to buy it, you'll know what pieces are what, make sure it's complete. The first time I bought mine, it didn't have this valve stem right here. I had to go buy one. It was $5. I got ripped off. I didn't know what I was looking for. So, a lot of words here. The way I'm going to break it down, top piece, the bowl. The tobacco goes in here. This piece right here, which you can also see up here, ashtray. It catches the ash that you put on top when you put a coal on top of the tobacco. This part right here is the stem. The smoke travels down into the base, which normally has water in it. And let's see, the valve. This one does not have a ball bearing, but a lot of times the ball bearing helps the smoke not go out. You'll see it when I do the big one later. The base grommet connects the stem and everything to the base. Hose grommet, the hose goes in here, and the hose. Of course, you need something to smoke it out of. So this is everything. You're familiarized with it. It's important to know each piece, know if it's missing, because replacing things suck. The next thing you need to do is, when you go to buy it, make sure you get everything you need. You don't have to be making separate trips. It's annoying. So the basic setup is you get your hookah, make sure everything's on it. You want to get your shisha, which is tobacco. It's not technically what's in cigarettes. It's flavored. It has honey in it, different flavors. I think there's something like 700 flavors now around the world. Something very, a lot of them. You'll get coals, which are top right, tongs, which are in the middle, and water and ice, if that's a preference. It's not mandatory. Next. Yep. Okay. I'm not going to go over all this. I'm going to make really quick points into breaking down how you choose a hookah and your tobacco. Basically, a small one is this size. It's for personal use, 1, maybe 2 people. Not really any more than that. It'll last maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe. The medium size is good for multiple people. It's the one I prefer because it's still small enough that it lasts, but it's not big, so it's not a huge deal to clean. And then the large ones are good for parties. If you go to hookah bars or anything that you see, you'll see them. They're about this tall or bigger. They're great. You get multiple people, long smoke and everything, but they're a bitch to clean and no bueno. And as far as the tobacco goes, there's hundreds of types. I prefer Starbuzz, which is a very low nicotine. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't. I hate the way cigarettes taste. So with the 5% nicotine that's in Starbuzz hookah, you don't taste it at all. It's great, and they have lots of flavors. So, Zach, one more time. Little product placement right here. Okay. And my favorite is actually Sex on the Beach. Sex on the Beach is great, and as you heard, and Blue Mist is a classic one. It was one of their first ones. Like I said before, this is actually a Starbuzz brand. Lowest nicotine percent of any. So if you don't smoke cigarettes but you've been wanting to try hookah, go for it. if you just do a couple times, you will not get the addiction. There's not enough nicotine in there to get you addicted. So look for this brand. Getting started for setup. First part, like I said before, packing the bowl. This is the bowl. You're going to put your shisha tobacco in it. What you want to do is get a piece of tin foil. It should be about 4 by 4, and a toothpick. Poke holes in a pattern. You want lots of holes. You want airflow. And when you go to pack your tobacco in, sprinkle it. Pull it apart. Like I said, it has honey, so it's going to be very sticky. But pull it apart. The maximum thing you want is airflow. As much airflow as possible is better. Also, what you can use, if you're cheap and lazy like me, are pre-made ones. What they do, they go right on top, put the coal on top, just fold it down, you're good. Second part of filling up is filling this with water. What you want to do is fill it with water, as you see right, let me see without breaking it. All right, well, it's not, there we go. This is the valve stem. You want to fill it to about here once it's inside. Any less, and it's not going to be deep enough in the water, and it's going to be a very harsh smoke. It's going to feel horrible in your throat. But if it's about 1 to 2 inches above, it'll be enough water to filter it out, and adding the ice will also help cool down the smoke for when you inhale. Finally, putting it together. This is where my favorite one comes in. Carrying cases are always good, too, by the way. So, you're going to have all your parts. Like I said before, you're going to have the top of it ready with the hookah in it. This should already have water. This goes down in, and it's firmly placed on. This is a 3 hose, by the way. This is a medium-sized one. Top goes over. Bowl goes on top. This has a windscreen. That's, some of you might know it'll help the coals out, also bring in air. Put that on top. Normally you'd have your coals in there, light it, and as you light it, you're gonna have 3 hoses. You're gonna want somebody to inhale. That's getting the smoke and the fire going through the tobacco and heating it up. That way, the smoke's bringing it down, coming down, filtering it through the water, and back up through the hose. Go ahead, Zach. So, finally today, I taught you what to look for, size-wise, hopefully at least. Broke down the 3 sizes. Just go with Starbuzz. Don't get any of the others. It's the best. I'm being honest. It's the most flavorful, and it's the most widely known. And how to prepare your hookah for an enjoyable, friendly smoking session. The final words I want to leave you with is don't swallow the smoke. It really hurts when you burp. And don't drink the water. If you're smoking anything else besides shishka, don't drink the water, no matter how bad you are. So, all right. Yeah.
I just have a comment. I work at a hookah bar,
Yeah.
and our tobacco is like 0.08%.
Is it really?